Learn how to read the room, because there's a lot of y'all who are sensitive to energy. Like you're sensitive. You can't be around groups of people. You can't be around a lot of people, right? You're sensitive because you feel others. You feel their emotions. You feel what's going on. You feel it. So learn how to read the room. And what I mean by that is, let's say you go. It could be any kind of function. It could be even in your own crib, or somebody's crib you visiting, and there's a group of people, right? All those people in the room, you feeling all this pressure. If you wonder, yo, why am I feeling all this stuff on all of a sudden? There's a lot of people in the room, a lot of people at this function, wherever you at, and there's a lot of people with different emotions. A lot of people's going through different things. So you're feeling everything on what each person is going through, or whatever is trying to be hidden. Like, you're just feeling things on people, whether they decide to say it out their mouth, talk about it, or if they just keep silent about it. You're feeling all of these things from all these people, wherever you're around. And it comes to the point, that's how you know when you're sensitive to anything, when you start feeling all this heaviness, you be like, yo, where is all this coming from? To the point that when you step out the room, or step out away from where this energy is coming from, you be like, you feel like you could breathe again, right? You be like, ah. But then when you go right back in there and all that, is this tightness again, because you're around a whole bunch of people with different energies, and it's like this. But you see that they're looking with each other fine and communicating, and they faking it, but like they all like this, but you are uncomfortable in this room. You're like, but they're like, why? Because they all on that same time. They all on that same energy. They all operating the same. That's what they can do what they do. But you're the only one who's feeling these things. You're like, I can't be around. I can't be in this room. I can't be in this function. I can't be around this group right here. I'm feeling. That's when you step out, you feel this relief, right? So for you to learn how to read the room, which is discernment that comes from God, when you stepping into the place, haven't you noticed that when people, they all loud, laughing, talking, gathering amongst themselves, just ha ha ha, giggity giggity, high fiving. There's a lot of action going on, right? As soon as you step in the room, step on the scene, all that what they're doing, it dies down, it stops real quick. Now I want you to pay attention to when you learn how to read the room, discernment. Just watch without saying a word, because nobody gotta say words. You just feel and observe. So let's say you in your crib, or you in a function and there's people, right? And you hear all this because what they do, they gossiping, always talking. They nosy. They want to know people's life. They gossiping, celebrity. The conversation is just on a low, right? So that's why they all ha ha ha. But when you step in, you're like, I'm not on that timeline. No. Like I don't want to be like that. I don't want to talk about people or talk about a person. Like no. So you want to be different. Like I don't want to talk about. You prefer the peace, right? Like I want to be with peace. I don't want to be with all that drama, gossip, none of that. But there's people like that they don't. They just gotta do what they do, talk about people, or they low and unhealed, unhappy. So they gotta like find, attention seeking, and they can't be alone. So when you step in onto the scene, just observe, learn how to read the room. I promise you, when all that quiet stops from the people around there, what you're gonna watch and see, depending on where you at, step into the place, either the function, if you in a house with people in a living room, all of a sudden when you step into the place, just watch people. Without making it obvious, you may play it cool, you got peripherals, you observe without saying a word. You don't even have to make eye contact with people, you just watch, observe. And you can listen and hear them and watch them. You're gonna hear as soon as it lows down, pay attention. When they operate, though, you're gonna see the people in the group in the room, whether you know them or don't know them, or it's somebody in their friend group or somebody, you know what I'm saying? Just watch them. You're gonna see the yawning. You're gonna remember about the snare. That's learning how to read the room. That snare ain't a runny nose. That's a snare. The cough, coughing, or the famous when they lying or when they talking, clearing their throat, and you're gonna feel the energy. Or that the fidgeting, the famous fidgets that they all do, the tapping of the ear, the hair, fidgeting, either mean mugging, making a face, saying something under their breath, without saying a word. That's when the room quiets. That's how you read the room. Watch, observe, because those that's operating on that time low, that's what they're gonna do, whether you know them or don't know them. When you stepping into that room, because before you even step in, you can hear all of them ha 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 ha, chilling, chilling, laughing, and the reason why is because the conversation that they're having is gossiping, is talking about something. It's all negative and it's low. So they operating on, they all on that same frequency. They all on that same frequency. That's why they like ha ha ha. But you stepping in, you want a different frequency, different. So that's why they like. Then the energy vampires. That's when you start seeing it, especially with the narcissists, right? So when whoever's in a group, the attention seeker, you start seeing things. Learn how to read the room, especially with let's say you have you in your crib. Don't matter where you live, right? Projects, co-op, your house, whether if you could do the work yourself or if you're living in housing co-op, you got maintenance, you got housing workers, right? So let's say you have people, you feeling good, right? At peace, right? You good, right? Now let's say you with people. If you have the housing people come in or maintenance people come in and or you living with people and there's groups of people, all of a sudden when all these people start coming into your crib, maintenance, whatever work's got to be done in your crib, and when you're around people, you're gonna start feeling whatever energy or whatever's on this person coming into your crib. Which is why I always gotta. This is why the prayer kicks in too, right? But this is how you know when you're sensitive to energy, and you can read the room because energy does not lie. Whether you speak to a person, don't speak to them, whether you know them or don't know them, you're gonna feel, right? Because you don't know what's going on in these people, some of these people's lives, right? But when they're coming into your crib, they're gonna do a job and all that. They're going through stuff in their own life, so you're gonna feel whatever it is that this person is going through. You're gonna feel that when they enter your crib. So imagine if you have maintenance that gotta come into your crib, whatever kind of works, and you got a crib full of workers in your crib with people. Either you live with them or don't, and they all operating on a different. I guarantee you're gonna start feeling some type of thing that you ain't felt before. You're gonna be like, where's this coming from? That's what I'm saying. Read the room, feel the energy, because a lot of times it's not you, it's what's around you, it's the people. You feeling all of that be on people. You're gonna feel it. It's like a pressure, a heaviness. You're gonna start feeling things. But let me tell you something. How powerful God is, right? In the midst of all of that, while you feeling these things, you start praying in your mind, right? Of course. Pray for hedge of protection. You start praying things, pray, peace and all this stuff. Start praying things, praying. Let me tell you how powerful worship music is. If you decide to play worship music out loud in your crib or headphones and all this stuff, that whole feeling that you're feeling around the people in the room or wherever you at, watch how that energy changes to peace. I'm talking about it's calmness. That worship music, that praise, it just kills all of that. And it's just this peace. That's the most high. You're gonna feel that peace if you play worship music out loud or if you play music in your ears. You're gonna feel this peace. But at the same time as you observing, you're gonna watch certain people's faces. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna see their eyes, or they're gonna make faces. They try to play it off through the physical because it's spiritual. They're gonna try to play it off, but you're gonna feel it. You're gonna see their faces. The energy's gonna change. So it's either you step out and you feel this peace, or when you're around it and you feeling all of this, you start praying in your mind, hedge of protection, peace. Like get all those people trying to attach cords around you to link with your energy and all that, because it's serious. But learn how to read the room, because energy don't lie. And I told you the tactics don't change. The tactics don't change. They all do it. They all do it. And they're all gonna do it. Those operating on that negativity, on that low unhealed and all that, the tactics don't change. They're always gonna do that same yawning, the same coughing. Even when they lying, the choking as they talking. The same thing. The snaring. The famous, that's the spirit snaring at you. The things that they say under their breath, the face changes. The tactics don't change. And it's gonna come from whether you know them or don't. Learn how to read the room without even saying anything. So you're gonna feel it and you're gonna see it. Tactics don't change. The tactics don't change. But pay attention to that. When you see that group or wherever you're running, they all together. And all of a sudden, when you step in minding your business, you just stepping into the scene or stepping into a spot to just sit some minding your business. Watch how all of that from them or wherever that loudness was, watch it slowly start to change and stop. Now all eyes looking at you or trying to now start circling around because this energy. It just stops what they would do. Now it's like, but observe and watch because you're gonna see the tactics that they do. You're gonna feel it, see it. Keep the prayer in your mind. The discernment is from God. Discernment is from the Most High. Spiritual gifts come from God. Nobody can say, "Oh yeah, I got these gifts. This is all me, all me." No, it ain't you. It's not you. It's God. God gave people spiritual gifts for a reason. Spiritual gifts. It comes from God. And only God. Nobody on this can boast and say, "Oh yeah, I got gifts. I got spiritual gifts. I did this. I did." No. No. You can't boast about that. Nobody can boast about that. Nobody. Not even I boast about that. No, that all comes from God. Through the experiences, through the lessons, and through what you go through. And to observe with all the stuff to watch, the same tactics and all that. Through lessons as well. When you mess up too, to see. And then when you just watching, that all still comes from God. That all comes from God. And it's spiritual, man. Spiritual. Just go outside. Go outside and just watch how people just watch. And you're gonna see the people, you're gonna see the same synchronization from familiar faces to strangers. I told you, be observant. Pay attention to the faces you see. Pay attention to the people you see. Pay attention to the movements. Pay attention to the body language. Pay attention to the energy you're feeling. Pay attention to it. Because it repeats itself too. Pay attention to the color patterns you see. Pay attention to what you see. And the touch of what they do. The tactics don't change, and it's all over the world. They do the same thing. You're gonna see it. Go into a supermarket to do grocery shopping. Watch how they move in the supermarket. You going through an aisle, you about to cut the aisle. No, on timing, there's a shopping cart. On timing, looking at you like a robot, a machine, or there's people around you just watching you, trying to see what you order, or there's always gonna be certain people there just watching without saying a word and just observing, watching. On timing, on cue. Pay attention to the body language of people around you. Watch. Because you're going to see. Go outside, pay attention. Those who stop in front of you while they walking like a machine, stop in front of you, cut in front of you, trying to provoke or trying to do something to try to get a little piece of that energy, something. Those, and it's on timing. Coming out of stores, coming out of buildings on timing. Those who don't even come out their car, but they just leave the door open and then they close the door. The constant pattern. Pay attention to the patterns that you see. The tactics don't change. Whether it's from somebody you know or don't know. Pay attention. That's how you spot them. That's who you see. What you see. You hear the engine. Pay attention to the noises too. Once you see past the matrix, once you see past the bell, the spiritual things. It's called spiritual awakening for a reason, not flesh awakening. Once you stop looking at this for this, that's it. That's it. Energy don't lie. Learn how to read the room, because the tactics don't change. That's why when you see people all together in their groups and how they moving like that, I know that they all operating low. They all trauma bonding, all unhealed. Fake with each other, don't like each other, but they can't be alone. They don't know how to heal. So they all be around each other to gossip and be nosy and talk, and the conversation is low. Those be together in those groups. fighting with one another. Group chats, talking about one another in their group. Don't like each other, but they chill and rather be with each other, not liking each other. And talking about that next person in that group. Or one person leaves and now they talking about that person who got up and left. And they all still together. All negative and low. That's the groups that you see out here. That's the groups. Unhealed. You hear the siren? You heard the horn on the train? You hear the siren? Learn how to read the room and pick up on the energy. Learn how to, energy don't lie. Watch them outside. You see them across the street as you walk in, trying to be on your pace, in groups or not in groups, or trying to walk beside you or around you, or just watch. Because it's spiritual. Just watch. But a lot of you sensitive to energy. You sensitive. You can't be around a lot of people because you're going to pick up on it. But let me tell you something too. When there's people for you, or when there's people who's on that same energy like you, like the same frequency, when they like that with you, when they for you from the Most High, when they are for you, when the people are for you, there could be groups walking by, or there could be people walking by, and you're not gonna feel you're not gonna feel all this heaviness or it is when you're around certain people. You're gonna feel like this kind of peace when you're around people too. Because there's also good people too. I told you there's people for you, and then there's those who ain't for you too. There's people for you, for sure. And you're gonna feel that too. You're gonna feel I'm telling you, when there's a group of people, and when this group of people, they all positive, they all healing, they all on this spiritual walk, low you people, like it's good energy, even when they're in a group. And when they're walking together, and when they walk past you, you feel that too, like this peace. You be like, whoa. You feel like that peace even when it's a group, a peace, a breeze around the group of people when they walking together to a group. So it's not only gonna be negative, no, there's positive out here too. And when it's the right group and the right people, you're gonna know it because the Most High got it for you. There's people like that. So just learn how to read the room. Pick up on that energy. Because the discernment is gonna help you. If you're around the wrong people, or they're always talking about something, when you start feeling all this stuff all of a sudden, and when you step away, you feel this peace. You be like, whew, all right, that's what I'm telling you, pay attention to faces, pay attention to people. Because you're gonna see them. You're gonna see them. But watch the movements out here now. When you stop looking at things from the flesh, right? And when you just observe outside, look at people, some of them ain't even look like they don't even have control of their body or where they're going. And then there's some who's just like trying to watch, creep, and see what you're doing too. It's like they trying to watch, observe. The tactics don't change. You see the plants, you see those who just stationed somewhere to just watch from the far. You see who they are too, but you feel it. You feel that energy. If it's good, you're gonna feel it. If it's not good, you won't feel it. So learn how to read the room and observe. And you're gonna see it without even saying it. Well, nobody gotta talk to you. You don't gotta talk to nobody. You're just gonna feel it. You don't have to say a word. You're just gonna feel it. A narcissist ain't gonna tell you I'm a narcissist, but you're gonna see it on that person. You're gonna feel it. They're gonna make that facial expression around you. Or try to do things to try to get your attention, or try to just be around. They do things, but you see them spiritually. You see. Just observe, just watch. Just watch. And feel and observe. And you're gonna feel what you're gonna feel, whether it's positive or not. You know. You know. And then that's when, if you want to, you start praying in your mind. Start praying, start praying, start praying, start praying. Have your protection, peace. Like, just start praying in your mind. Remove all that negativity. Cut cords. Start cutting cords. Stuff that's trying to attach to you. Just stay lingering around. Just remove it. Bind it. Send back. It's real, man. Just learn how to read the energy. Like, learn how to read the room. Learn how to read the room. The tactics don't change. Just watch people out here, man. Just watch them. Look how they walk. Look how they look at you like a machine and walk away. The same red pieces and blue pieces. Like, come on. It's just watch what you see. You're gonna see it in the supermarket. You're gonna see them on your walks. You're gonna see them in the community. You're gonna see them from whether you know them or don't know them, or you start seeing people start popping up that you since when you popping up over here? Like, you start seeing things. Come on. And just observe, man. That's it. Just keep your eyes on the Most High. Stay focused with the Most High. Stay focused. And just keep your eyes on the Most High. And ask for more discernment. Ask for discernment. Pray for God to remove people, whatever. If the energy is off from people, cut the cords, remove. Whatever's not for you, remove it. Get it away. Cut off all those ties and soul ties and spiritual spout, like things that try to come back. Get it out. Cut it. Because they be trying to, they try to linger back. Energy vampires, they be starving. They be getting hungry. And when you don't pay them no mind, when you don't feed or give them the reaction, they starve. You gotta see them. And this is why they pick on somebody else, or they go with their own little circle and drain each other's energy with the things that they do. And fight with each other in the little small circles that they don't even like each other. It's sad. But all they gotta do is just turn to God and start healing. And learn to be alone. Learn how to be alone first to start healing alone. But you're really not gonna be alone. It's just gonna be you and God. But learn. But it's sad to say that there's people who can't and don't know how to be alone. So they'd rather just be in the crowd and be around people they don't. You know? Observe. Observe. Feel. Because you're gonna see it. You're gonna feel it. Pay attention to it. Because they all gonna do it, man. 1 minute that group is ha! The next day doing things. Discernment. You're seeing them. And then those who's with you on that same time like you, they come around you or they be around you, they smiling at you and they talking to you. Hey, what's up? And it feels good. You be like, oh, all right. Okay, cool. What's up, man? How you doing? Keep the, oh, all right. You know. You feel. But still ask for the discernment.